thanks to me often. Let the money run.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. His first carry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Hines looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And with this offense, what about DJ Fluker?
Came out of Alabama, could play tackle, could play guard. He's so big, Brandon, I think he plays both at the same time.
Throwing on second down, Wilson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Hines, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. From the gun, here's Gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Ito Smith, his first carry, and able to work his way down to the 16. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On the draw, this is Smith, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
From the 25 on second down. Goff, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
And how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And some room to roam now. Andy Isabella was the intended target. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
On second down, here's Smith. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack to see how they attack him here. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 6-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with Hines, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Hines. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. He's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Alert.
On 2nd and a yard, Wilson flushed out right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Myers connects on the PAT. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Ito Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are once again going to retake the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On second down now, it's Hines. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. This is Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Wilson. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Naeem Hines with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. And Woods has it complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now Goff on first down. They'll find Everett there, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Again, Goff. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now Wilson on first down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 8. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Third and long. It's gone. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. This one caught by Isabella. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 27, Goff under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them up.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing is Wilson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And here's Wilson. Going to throw again. It's complete to Lockett. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson. This is caught by Williams. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll run for it with Hines. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Goff And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Gall. They got a man. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Goff throwing complete to Kupp, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4. On second down and 4. Goff. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's going to take it. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Equanimous St. Brown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They run again with Hines. Now the ball comes loose. Williams loses the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's complete. Williams.
Let's go, let's do it.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
This pass finds its way to Williams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again here. Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. First down. Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Right back to him on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Andy Isabella. 40 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the Rams getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Goff on first down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. 30, the 20, 10, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I thought, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Check.
On first down, Whitfield. And And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, gone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On first down, it's gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Goff's throw here finds Woods. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. From the gun on third down, Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
That ball complete to Isabella. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Goff now looking to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp, and he is out of bounds right around the 34. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Goff. Fresh pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure